So today I have to fix my washer yet again. If my wife could make a full-time job off of breaking washers and dryers, I wouldn't have to work anymore. Today I'm looking at this GE washer. It's a top loader washer here. I will put the model number and everything in the description. But basically what's happening is this washer was not draining water. After my wife did a big cycle, she was washing a comforter. It quit spinning, it quit draining. When you went to go through that cycle here on drain and spin, it would just hum. So I actually took the top off and I looked through different things. I flipped it upside down. I drained all the water out that way and checked to see if there's anything stuck in the actual intake valve for draining, because that was something I read online that could happen. Nothing there. So I ended up finding this manual underneath when I did that, and I realized that there's actually a way to check fault codes. So what you're going to want to do is, if you don't have the washer that has any kind of display up here, you have to rely on these LEDs. So to actually get into the fault display mode, you have to enter the service mode. And to do that, what you actually end up doing is you're going to hold in this start pause button, and then you are going to actually turn this counterclockwise, this middle knob, 7 times while you're holding in that button. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then what you'll see afterwards is that it kicks into a mode where all these LEDs are blinking. Now when you do this, you'll still hear noises and beeps coming from the washer while you're going through the different cycles. Just ignore those, do the holding of the button and the 7 clicks at the same time, and that will get you into service mode. So what happens now is I have blinking LEDs up here, and what this is telling me is that I entered service mode. So when you're in service mode, there's actually a couple different things you could do. If you have your manual, when you pull that out, you'll see that there is this binary display fault chart, and what you're going to want to do is go ahead and turn this clockwise 1 step, and what this does is it's going to test the fault codes. And you go ahead and hit start, and then you get these 3 blinking lights, and as far as I can tell, these 3 are going to actually start your code. So for me, starting that out actually shows me that the 3 here is a cold water valve, and I actually have a hot water valve as well that goes through. So if I look here, I go through and now I have the 2 and the 1. I correlate that here on the chart, and this is actually number 26. And 26 has nothing here, but if you go down to your chart below, you can see that there's numbers that correlate with everything. So what I actually have is a out of balance ended final spin, and it gives you a remedy. So basically what this tells me to do in the chart is to balance my load and then restart everything. So I could keep going through my faults here. I push 1 more time. I see I have 3. This is telling me my spin cycle is not working as well, and that is actually a result of the unbalanced load. And then 2 is going up to show me my hot water valve. So I actually didn't look into those 2 valve things and what they actually mean. I could look real quick here. Let's see, that's 6 and 7. This is something with the pressure. So basically it's saying that my pressure level exceeds 16.5 inches. So that could be the volume of pressure that's coming in from my filler in the back. So I could actually probably turn those cycles down and it'll replace that. So I'm in this mode. It gets me back, and here it's just telling me there's 1 all. This is clear all F codes. Don't know what that means. Those 2 are change personality, and then it goes back to the normal one. So to actually exit this, I would just hold in this button for, I think it's 5 seconds. All these lights come off and we're off. So what unbalanced load means, just to help solve the issue of the water, is that in here I threw 2 towels in that I was actually cleaning all the water up with. But basically you want to have a balanced load. So once I took the comforter out, we dried that elsewhere. Basically you want a balanced load. That right now is unbalanced. Putting this in there balances it. So you want it balanced. I spun it a few times, I closed it, and then I just reset it to a speed wash cycle, and I started it from there. It went through the full cycle quickly. It filled up, drained, or spun, and then drained, and then everything was back to normal. So that's kind of how you clear out at least this issue with the water not draining. That's 1 step I found on this. Again, I'm putting the model number below. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. All kind of videos like this on my channel. We'll see you next time.